Welcome to the channel. Payne the Batoot here with a quick overview of the PVE version of Escape from Tarkov. I'm doing this video because on the last week's, which was the last week in April's Tarkov TV broadcast, Nikita indicated that the PVE version is going to be offered to all players of Escape from Tarkov, and anyone that had Edge of Darkness is entitled to it, and it's being released to them. They were only releasing it to people who had bought or upgraded to the unheard version, and now they're releasing it to any Edge of Darkness user. So what you should see when you go into it is, you see in the bottom corner it says PvP zone. This is switching. So that's, you click on that. I was actually in the PvE zone. Now I'm going back to the PvP zone. So you basically end up with a PvE slash PvP version of it, which is basically the standard version of the game, which you can play if you want. It's got everything there. This is all my goodies that I've accumulated, and this is my cash, and my skill level is up to 40. But if you want to play PvE, what's that mean? That means you're the only player on a map, with the exception of if you have friends, you can squad up and play in co-op mode. There's no other players on the map. Why is that good? Well, people have trouble with PvP. So you don't have to worry about other players shooting you and taking your stuff, coming up behind you when you're engaging scavs. Also eliminates exfil campers, and it eliminates cheaters. So there's a lot to be said with running PvE. So here I'm going to switch to the PvE mode. But basically, when you start the game or go into the PvE zone, it's like the wipe game. So it's exactly the same as the standard game. You have all the same beginner tasks, which is Celoas for therapist, 3 or 5, I can't remember what it is, scav kills, and 2 shotguns for Prepor, unlocking Jaeger by doing at level 2 character skill level, unlocking Jaeger by doing the mechanic test to go get the letter from Woods. So again, down here, if you have not tried out PvE, if you're in the PvP normal game, you'll see PvE here, and you can just click on it to start. So as you can see, everything's the same. I don't see any difference between the two games. There's no difference in the map or anything like that. It's just another version of the game that won't get wiped, apparently. But everything else is there. There's still the hideout that you have to flesh out and upgrade and do all that kind of stuff. So the hideout is still there. All the tasks are still there that you have to do. All the maps are still there. There's nothing new on anything like that. All the traders are here, and you get tasks. The same thing as always, you get tasks with the traders. And they're the same with the standard version of the game. So the question that might pop into your head is, well, what do they do for players? There's a lot of tasks that you need to kill players for. So, for example, setup here for a skier, you need to kill players. Well, how Battlestate's done that is they put PMC scavs in the game. So they put in, I don't know, you could consider them maybe closer to the raiders from labs, but they put them into the maps, and they're there with the normal scavs. So you have to fight normal scavs and the PMC scavs, and every time you kill a PMC scav, it counts as a PMC kill for any of these tasks. Um, it's yeah, that's how it works. They have better guns and ammo, although I find that most of the guns that you pick up off them, I have an example here that I have got this 416 that I picked up off after killing a PMC scav, but they all have durability on them, and most of this is body armor I've got off them. that's been repaired, but some of the body armor is also damaged when you get it. So you have to have a good look at what you've picked up from a PMC scav, especially the guns, to see if you want to keep using them. In a lot of cases, all you want to do is just resell them or sell them to get rid of them. But that's it. That's exactly the same. You still got the same skills to ramp up. Tasks, like I said, are all the same tasks. Just if you need to do a PMC kill in a task, then the scab PMCs are what you need to do. Overall, still shows the same thing. Gear is all the same gear, and traders, same. Again, you can still buy the same sort of stuff. I'm really only at level 2 with most of my traders right now, so I just have to get them moved up. So yeah, it's the same. So I basically bought the unheard version of the game because I had some friends who used to play Tarkov and quit because they just did not like PvP. So when they heard that there was a PvE version, they came back and started playing it, and I can tell you they love it. And to be honest, I've played it quite a bit, and I can understand why, if there's somebody um, who doesn't like PvP, why they enjoy the PvE version of it. Um, One of my friends said that they used to get stressed all the time in the game because they struggled with PvP. So it is a less stressful thing because you don't have to worry about exfil campers, you don't have to worry about cheaters, you don't have to worry about other players because the PMC scavs are not as smart as you and I. So it's not quite as challenging to kill them, even though they got better armor and guns than the regular scavs. Um, and so to be honest, I've been enjoying it a bit. It is less stressful when you have to worry about anybody else. Um, so I would recommend this to people who like Tarkov but did not like the PvE environment. Um, it's overpriced. I don't know what they said they're going to release it to standard level players, for example. I don't know what the cost is going to be, but if it's low enough, if you just want this as a, any like an old style game that you used to get on DVD where you just can go and play it and you don't have to worry about anybody else, and you can even co-op mode it with friends. It's definitely worth it. But like I said, there's nothing I can have not detected anything different between the regular game and the PvE version other than PMC scavs exist now. They only appear in certain areas. They're not all over the map like real players would be. So, for example, in customs, so far I found them in the little sheds near the big red, near the extraction. At new construction, where the one exit is that you have to flip the switch for. The dorms, of course. I've killed a couple in dorms. And trying to think if I found them anywhere else. That's really the only place. Oh, in the customs map, the one extract where that APC is. I think it's the RUAF extract. They're there as well, which is interesting if you have to go for the, I don't know if you remember the body in the bushes, you need the unknown key. So that's a little tougher to grab that key because you have to get through the scavs. And so the PMC scavs. And the PMC scavs will kill the regular scavs. If you can still do in this version, you can still do scav runs, and the PMC scavs treat you the same as what a player was. They will shoot you if you're a scav, but you'll hear when you're moving around the map, you'll hear gunfights and grenades going off, and that is the PMC scavs going after the scavs, and you'll find bodies, and they're typically the regular scavs have been killed by the PMC scavs, so that's kind of interesting. But it's a good indication that the PMC scavs are in the area if you find a bunch of dead bodies. But Yeah, you'll constantly hear gunfire, which will kind of gives away where the PMCs are. Um, the bosses are, I haven't encountered any of the bosses, but I have encountered in the PvE version of the game the Goon Squad. I managed to kill 2 of the Goon Squad. They were chasing me all over Shoreline. Um, because when the Goon Squad aggro's on you, they will follow you until you can get far enough away that they lose that aggro. But the Goon Squad is still there. The sniper scavs are still there. So again, it's exactly the same as the regular version of the game, with the only exception is PMC scavs have replaced some of the scavs. They are only in certain areas, so you can avoid them. But if you have a task that requires a PMC kill, you kill a PMC scav. They still have dog tags. I guess I can show you that too. They do have dog tags. So here's my dog tag case, and these are they have various levels. So I'm assuming that maybe a better level has got a better gun, but they also have names. So yeah, it's strange. But yep, that's what they. So this is a McPerson. So these are all PMC scavs that I managed to kill. And notice there was one guy at level 42. I don't remember what weapon he had to see whether it's like the various levels of scavs have better guns or not. But yeah, this one's Ghost TTV 95. But you do get the dog tags, because remember there are some tasks that require dog tags, so they had to give the PMC scavs dog tags. You still have scavs you have to do up. Again, you have tasks. You have the same achievements that you have in the regular game. Your health works the same. Your gear works the same, and you got your overall stuff. So yeah, it's virtually the same thing. So if you're somebody that likes Tarkov but doesn't like PvP, I would highly recommend the PVE version of the game. You'll really like it. My friends who have come back to Tarkov really like it. So I would recommend it. Okay.